No part of the Earth is more hostile to life than the frozen wastes around the poles. 850 miles north of the Arctic Circle, this is Ellesmere Island. No animal can live permanently on these ice fields, and even plants face almost insuperable problems, for the four things they must have are in cripplingly short supply.
Water? Well, it's true there's a lot of frozen water all around me, but water has to be liquid for plants to make any use of it. Nutrients? There's virtually none in this frost-shattered rock. Warmth and light? For 6 months of the year, it's dark. And in the brief summer, as now, the sun doesn't rise high in the sky, and devastating winds can carry away what little warmth it brings. And yet, there are plants here. Some live actually inside the rock. This thin green line is made by algae, microscopic plants. They're so small they can live actually between the grains of this sandstone. And there, at least, they're out of this desiccating wind.
On the surface of the rocks there are lichens. They grow incredibly slowly and may take 50 years to cover a square centimetre. But they can survive even if there are only 2 days in the year when it's warm enough for them to grow.
In spite of these bleak conditions, there are in fact flowers to be found here, but you have to look hard to find them. Here's one. It's a kind of mustard, but it's much smaller than its more southerly relatives. But by being so small, it manages to keep out of the crippling wind.
In midsummer, for a few weeks, enough water melts from the glaciers for streams to flow. And then miniature gardens burst into bloom. The searing wind compels them all to keep close to the ground. None keeps closer than this. It is in fact a tree, a willow. These are its catkins. But the trunk grows horizontally instead of vertically, and it can stretch almost as far along the ground as its more southerly relatives stand up above it. Even so, it still produces enough leaves to sustain a few grazers. Muskox. The Arctic poppy, like all plants, needs warmth to grow, but it is unusually efficient at collecting it. As the midsummer sun skims round the horizon, all 360 degrees in 24 hours without setting, the poppy turns its flowers to track it. The slanting sun may not be strong, but it is at least continuous during the few weeks of high summer. The heat the poppy gathers by staring continuously at the sun enables it to develop the seeds in the center of each flower before summer comes to an end and the sun disappears below the horizon for months.